Lamb cutlets, common dish in the steakhouse, you know, but how we do it here at Meat and Social is out of this world. Let's show you how to do it. We have our lovely lamb, beautifully prepared. Look how the butcher's done that, it's fantastic. It's like a baby coat de boeuf. You want to make sure you cut between the bone. You want your chops to be about twice the thickness of the actual bone itself. And this here is one portion. Literally just gonna flash it, I'm gonna create the sauce. So we've got my very best friend, the humble celeriac. I love this vegetable so much. It's just beautiful. What you wanna do is give a nice clean, like he's a dusty boy. Take it here, you're gonna shave it, peel it like you would peel a pineapple. I'll give you guys an example. You wanna always work safely with knives, so first things first, nice sharp knife. Yeah, and you want a surface that's going to be like, you know, like not wobbly, one that you can kind of work with, and then we're just gonna, like a pineapple, get out all these little knobbly bits, just like that for a more even cooking. And then what you're gonna do, on a nice lined tray, or like whatever you're using at home, bit of greasy paper as well, safe up on the washing. You're gonna get your celeriac, you just wanna drizzle it with some oil, you know what I mean, it's kind of lacquer it so it doesn't go too dry. And then you're gonna whack it into your oven. You're looking at about 170 for a good half an hour and check it until it's nice and tender. On your stove, you're gonna get a pan nice and hot. You wanna take some butter. For one celeriac, you're looking for about 50 grams. You wanna knock that into your pan. And what you're looking for is brown butter. So first you wanna melt the butter down, and then you're gonna cook it. It takes a few minutes. Keep an eye on it. It's like a caramel, don't leave it. When you get like a nice brown nutty kind of consistency, that's when you know it's ready. This lovely bit of kit here is the thermo. We use this bit of kit here because it makes a nice, lovely, smooth puree. So what we're gonna do, we take our cooked celeriac that's been nice and roasted and unctuous. Then we're gonna get that, it's about 800 grams. If you want that puree consistency, use a NutriBullet, use, you know, like immersion blender, like any kind of blender you can get. You can get a cheap blender from Argos, things like that. Or simply, if you want a bit of texture, you don't mind a bit of texture, simply mash it. Mash it with a spoon down. 30 grams of salt. I'm using Malden smoked salt. And celeriacs are naturally sweet as well, and we've also caramelized it a bit into the oven. Sometimes as well, like you might want to add like a teaspoon of sugar for balancing. I'm not going to, because I already know that he's good to go. So, we have our butter here, it's got nice and foamy. This is called French technique beurre noisette. What's actually happening is that all the milk solids inside of the butter, they're caramelizing, you know, and it makes that beautiful nutty aroma that you can smell now. We want to take it a little bit more further, not too much further. You don't want to burn it. That's our 50 grams of butter. In with the celeriac. About 300 milliliters of double cream. The great thing with the foam mix as well is that it's got a built-in scale, which is pretty cool. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. So then we just leave him to do his magic. So what I would do next is pass it through a fine sieve to get all the solids out so that it's a nice smooth consistency. Next important thing to do is give it a taste. Does it need some salt? Does it need a little touch of sugar? That's what you're gonna need for your portion for your lamb cutlets. And when we're ready for our lamb, we're gonna get that hot. If you don't have a grill pan at home as well, feel free to use a ripping hot frying pan, you know, some oil in there. Just be very careful, you know, that whenever cooking with cold meats or having water around there that you don't cause a fire, okay? You wanna get a nice char on it, and we finish ours on the grill. The grill's hot enough to kind of hold the temperature, get a nice medium pink in the middle lamb. For you guys, you could get your marks on it, flash it into the oven, 200 degrees, for about 10 minutes. More than enough time. Right, I'm gonna show you guys how to make a nice kind of gravy sauce for you. This particular sauce, you know, it cuts through fat. I like sauces that cut through fat from meat. So if you're serving it something like a fatty meat, like a lamb, or the côte de boeuf, something like that, even with turkey, it's great. It goes good in everything. So we've got here our gravy granules. I know that you guys are used to Bisto, so I grew up on that as well. But I like to make my own gravies and my stocks from scratch. Take 75 grams. Every 75 grams, it's gonna be adding 1 litre. So you wanna mix it first in some of that water, just kind of lacquer it up a bit so you don't get a lumpy gravy. No one likes a lumpy gravy. So here we have our boiling water, that's 1 litre. To it I'm gonna add 30 grams of capers and 25 grams of shallots or white onion, whatever you got at home. We're making it easy for you guys. Then we're gonna add in our gravy. It's already mix with a bit of water to kind of loosen it up so you don't get any lumps in there. I'm sure most of you know how to make an instant gravy, but we're not done yet. Congratulations, you just made some Visto. So now, to finish, one of my secret tricks, at this point, you can add some kind of, like reduce down some red wine, add a nice gastric. Here's what I like to do. I'll take some sherry vinegar, a nice red wine vinegar will do. You want to add a good 25 mils. It's going to just add some richness, going to add some sharpness. Does the same job like as red wine would do, and this way is what it stays alcohol free. So we've got these bad boys, good to go. I'm going to leave it here to rest. Just give that a mix. Then now, it's about seasoning to taste. Balance nicely. At this point, what I would do now is add a nice knob of butter, about 25 grams of butter, to kind of finish that when you're ready to serve, and a dash of double cream, let's say 50 mils, to kind of give it a bit of body, give it a bit of lift, give it a mix. And guys, this is a sauce you can serve with your turkey, you can serve it with your côte de boeuf. This is the sauce, you know what I mean? And it's easy, you saw what I did, it's easy to make at home. Our sauce is very similar, just a few of my little hints and tricks here or there. Can't give it all away just yet. We've got all our components ready. So now here we are, we're gonna get our celeriac puree nice and hot. We've got our lovely caper gravy here. So for plating, a nice dollop. You're gonna take your lamb. So can't forget about him. And then to finish, some of this lovely sauce that we made together. And that, guys, is a lamb cutlets with celeriac puree and a caper gravy. Simple as that.